Hey everyone, my name is Zaki Khan, and today I wanted to give you an overview of ChatGPT, the latest chatbot that's taken the world by storm. ChatGPT is a technology from OpenAI that uses artificial intelligence to generate human-like responses to text input. It has been trained on a large amount of data and can understand and generate a wide range of languages and styles of communication. This makes it a valuable tool for customer service, virtual assistants, and other applications that require engaging, intelligent conversations. ChatGPT can also be customized to fit different domains and scenarios, making it a powerful tool for businesses and organizations. Now, you might ask, how is this different than other AI bots or natural language processors that are already out there? It can take the lead in a conversation, ask and answer questions, and even provide relevant information and context. Additionally, it has the ability to remember context from earlier in the conversation and respond to user requests for follow-up corrections. In practical terms, ChatGPT will be disruptive in practical applications like content and creative writing, writing code, and education, to name a few. Let's take ChatGPT for a test drive. I'm going to ask it to write me a YouTube script. Write me a YouTube script. The basics of matching outfits by color. As you can see, it's taking me through an entire script, an introduction. It's getting to the basics of color theory with the color wheel, which is pretty fascinating. And it goes on to complete a full script that I can use in one of my videos if I wanted to. I think this is groundbreaking in terms of helping those who want to create content, write content, and the fact that it can do this so well is quite remarkable. I've been learning how to bake cookies recently, and I'm looking for a killer chocolate chip cookie recipe, so if you know one, please let me know. But I'm curious if ChatGPT can also give me one. Alright, so it looks like it's giving me the ingredients. And the instructions. Now, one of the things I didn't ask here is the number of cookies I'm looking to make. So I'm going to see after it finishes giving me these directions if I can follow up with a question asking and adjusting the recipe for a certain number of cookies. So it's giving me some directions. It's saying the original recipe actually yields 24 cookies. In order to make 32 cookies, I would essentially multiply the quantities of each ingredient by 1.33. It is giving me a note that you may not see the same texture as the original recipe since the proportions of the ingredients may be slightly different. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. It can basically understand and remember my previous question, the context of the question, and then if there's a follow-up question, it's able to adjust and give me an updated answer. I'm going to take a step further and see what happens if I adjust the recipe and say I want the cookies to be less sweet. So again, it remembers the context of my original recipe It's giving me suggestions on how to make the cookies less sweet. Obviously reducing the amount of sugar, or even potentially using a different type of sweetener or sugar. But as you can see, it still remembers the original context, even after 2 questions, 2 responses, which is pretty fascinating. Now, I've seen examples online where people have given ChatGPT some code that has issues with it, or is poorly written, or that may have some bugs. And I'm curious to see if ChatGPT can take this JavaScript example that I have that is essentially not written very well. It's very inefficient with multiple nested callbacks. And I want to see if it can help me optimize this code. So how would I make this code more efficient? So it already detected what is widely known in JavaScript as callback hell, essentially having nested callbacks. The way to resolve that would be using promises or a library like async. And it's even giving me an example of how I would fix my code. It can even discertain my existing functions, variables, and the code itself. So as it's giving me the example, it's regurgitating essentially my code rewritten, which is pretty cool. Now, I'm curious if it's going to give me the same exact answer every time. So there's this button that is provided here at the bottom that says try again. So let's see what kind of answer it gives me the second time for the same question. So similar response. Looks like it's giving me just a more brief example. But it's definitely not the same answer. So it's very interesting in that it's pretty conversational, and it's not predictable. Now, it does have some restrictions and limitations, specifically around how much information it knows and in relative to dates. So as you can see here, it says limited knowledge of world and events after 2021. So the model must have been trained up until some point in 2021. Anything after that, it probably doesn't have any context to. It also seems like it doesn't have any context to social trends. So for example, if I try to ask what's currently trending on Instagram, as you can see, it doesn't have any context or information relative to current trends, current data, or data after that 2021 date. It also prevents you from asking inappropriate questions or things that may be legal. So for example, I am just going to ask, how do I launder money? As you can see, it's letting me know that this is illegal. And it's even saying I do not endorse or encourage illegal activities of any kind. So pretty interesting. Obviously, it does have some barriers on how it's being used. So to summarize what we walked through today, ChatGPT looks promising in use cases like natural and intelligent conversations for practical applications like virtual assistants, feedback and dialogue for education and training, and assistance with creative content writing. Is it perfect? No. Is it ready for mainstream use? Probably not yet, but it's definitely a step above what we've seen in similar uses like Apple's Siri or Google's Assistant. You can try ChatGPT for yourself by signing up for an account at beta.openai.com. Then head over to chat.openai.com. Right now, ChatGPT is in research preview, so usage is free, but will most likely be a paid service once launched. You can get an idea of how much API usage may cost you by going to the usage section in your OpenAI account. What we've gleaned so far from ChatGPT is quite impressive. It will be very interesting to see where OpenAI takes this project and the kind of impact it has. If you like this overview of ChatGPT, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe.